Hey, what's going on? We're back here again on the Folklore Scrolls. Here again with me, John.
And Goose.
Yeah, it's so exciting. I'm so excited. Aren't you, Goose?
Man.
Goose is so excited. I'm looking at him right now. He's looking out of breath. He's so excited.
You always say it the exact same way.
That's right.
The exact same way.
Every time you listen to episode, like, wait, which episode is this? Episode 1 or is this episode 52?
Sometimes I mouth it as you do it. Here with me, John.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, like, you gotta have some kind of consistency, right? I mean, like, entertainment, it's kind of like, sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not, but at least with, you know, like, with every intro, it's gonna be the same.
The thing that I love most
That's
about
what you get to look forward to.
entertainment and comedy is consistency.
That's right. That's right.
I always watch the same episode of a show just so I get the same jokes.
You always got the intro to anime, and it's always the same, right?
Yeah.
It's always the same.
When I watch comedy specials, I can't watch a new comedy special. I gotta go back to a normal one.
That's right.
Because I'm more comforted
when he
by
starts
the same
the joke off the same every time, you know it's gonna be good.
I breathe a sigh of relief. It's always there.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Okay, we've already lost like at least 90% of the people that came. They're like, "What is this?"
Man.
Like, "Oh wait, am I this?"
It's something different.
Like,
Get out of here.
Oh.
Where's my consistency?
Oh no. Oh no.
Speaking of consistency,
we're here again. You won't guess it. Yeah, you probably did. It's SCP. If you're watching on YouTube, it already says SCP. So I don't know why I even bother.
that's why they clicked it. Consistency.
Yes, that's right. It's SCP-023. We're going back in time. We're going back to the originals. I don't even know which one this is. It's probably gonna have the title there, so I'll look it up later.
It's
something.
It's that one.
Yeah, it's the good. I know what it is. You know what it is because you read the title.
I read it twice.
Definitely know what it is.
And I forgot. So let's just keep going.
Okay, this is Object Class Euclid. I'm gonna change it up this time.
Oh,
I'm gonna do the special containment procedures this time.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Snap.
Yeah, you didn't see this coming. That's right. Special containment procedures. Okay, so this is scratched out. I'm gonna read it anyways. So it's 23 is to be contained in a standard 5x5 meter containment unit, but that's all scratched out. 23 is to be contained in a walled-off intersection of 2 corridors at site blank, with at least 3 meters of space in each direction, and false doors at 3 of the 4 ends. In addition to the real door, security cameras will be placed and maintained above all 4 doors. At all times, 23's eye sockets are to be filled with spherical inserts made of hard rubber. What? Eye inserts must be replaced as they degrade. Degradation can be monitored by measuring the brightness of the burning effect observed by security footage. Brightness greater than 12 candela requires that the inserts be replaced within 12 hours. Eye inserts are only to be replaced individually and only after the sun has completely set. Personnel are not to look directly into the eye sockets of 23 at any time. Following incident 23-27, all reflective surfaces, including displays, monitors, and eyewear of any sort, are not permitted within 30 meters of 23's cell.
Now let's see what that incident is. SCP involved, SCP-23. Personnel involved, Dr. Blank. I'm gonna call him Dr. Dog. Data expunged. Date, crashed out. Location, site blank. Description, a timeline of events. Let's see, I'm assuming these are seconds here. 10 seconds. A pair of glass eyeballs are inserted into the eye sockets of SCP-23 by 2 D-Class personnel.
That's your first mistake.
15 seconds in. Glass eyes take an orange-red glow, similar to what SCP-23's real eyes looked like before removal. 3 minutes, 13 seconds. Molten glass begins to run out of SCP-23's eye sockets. 5 minutes, 54 seconds. Data expunged appears on all lenses, windows, mirrors, monitors, and glass surfaces at site blank. 6 minutes, 12 seconds. Evacuation of site blank ordered. 6 hours, 54 minutes, 7 seconds. Sun visible over horizon. D-Class personnel sent in the check area around SCP-23's enclosure. Data expunged, gone. only trace of SCP-023 is a burnt section of floor around a puddle of colored glass.
Personal log of Dr. Blank. We'll call him Dr. Dark. Date 4/20/1969. It's my fault. I have doomed my research team and possibly the rest of the facility. All that's left is to keep trying. We must contain 23. Note. On blank 1 year after the incident, so I guess 1967. 23-27. Blank personnel were interred in an unmarked mass grave outside of Site Blank. Wow.
Wait, a year after personnel were interred in unmarked mass grave.
That's crazy.
Why a year after?
I don't know. Let's keep reading. We'll find out. So this includes monitors linked to security cameras within its enclosure. Security personnel posted at checkpoints outside both corridors will enforce and adhere to this measure. Experimentation involving 23 has been suspended indefinitely.
Let's give y'all a subscription here. Description. SCP-23 is a large, sexless, shaggy canine, 1.5 meters at the shoulder, with black fur. And now this is crossed out, but it says it has bright orange red eyes and prominent teeth. See Incident Report 23-26. Alright, so why does it no longer have the eyes? Let's see. You want to read this part?
Personnel involved Dr. Bright, 5D class personnel. Date blank to blank, site blank. Description. In an attempt to curtail the danger posed by -23, Dr. Bright has approved the removal of both 23's eyes and teeth. Immediately after both his eyes were removed, 23 breached security by vanishing completely. 23 was reobtained on a stretch of Interstate blank at 4:37 p.m. and brought back into containment, where D-class personnel finished pulling out its teeth. While the number of civilians exposed to 23 during this period is unknown, death record monitoring has tied 9 civilian deaths to this incident. Timestamps confirmed over the course of the next 48 hours that 23 vanished only while the sun was visible in the sky outside Site Blank. 23-26-1 Addendum. As of blank, Dr. Bright has been suspended pending disciplinary review for contributing to, if not being directly responsible for, Incident 23-26. Dr. Blank is now in charge of 23. The increased difficulties and containment have been incurred as of Dr. Bright should serve to remind all personnel of the Foundation's purpose: to secure, contain, and protect research, experimentation, convenience, and even the safety of Foundation personnel are secondary concerns. We are not working to protect ourselves. 5-blank. Addendum. 23-26-2. A total of blank bodies with a time of death exactly 1 year after the incident -26 have been identified as consistent with 23 exposure. Wow. So that's why the other ones had to be buried 1 year after. I guess they didn't appear until a year after that happened.
The bodies appear 1 year after.
Yeah.
How strange.
And they're saying that the scientist who took the eyes out to protect the other people was suspended because I guess they want to protect the SCP more than the actual people.
Yes. Well, keep it locked up more than protect their own people.
Mm-hmm.
But they removed
Because
the
I
eyes.
guess they're saying that made it worse by taking the eyes.
Yeah, he was able to leave. Any time an individual makes eye contact with SCP-23, either that person or a member of their immediate family will die exactly 1 year after eye contact is broken. That's why.
This is why.
But it didn't really work. Research into the method of selection is incomplete. Just a moratorium on experiments. But the available data suggests that having a larger immediate family lessens the chance of the individual making eye contact dying themselves. And neither a pattern nor a preference in victim types have been found. This may indicate that SCP-023's victim is designated entirely at random, but it is unknown whether this selection occurs at the beginning or at the end of the 1 year time period. Attempts to terminate an individual who has made eye contact with SCP-23 and their entire immediate family before a 1 year time period has ended, data expunged. Autopsies of individuals killed by SCP-23's effect show that while outwardly appearing unharmed, their remains have been filled in with highly compacted ash, including but not limited to all organ systems and the circulatory system. Muscle tissue, bones, and brain tissue universally show signs of exposure to temperatures above blank Celsius.
So their entire insides are just basically burned to ash.
Exactly. If not contained in the setting that at least superficially resembles a crossroads, SCP-023 will phase through walls to get to the nearest suitable location, incinerating all materials it passes through. SCP-023 was first brought to the Foundation's attention when it attacked a church in Blank. While it was in session, killing Blank civilians and redacted as a result of eye contact. Following retrieval of SCP-023, Class B anesthetics were administered to all witnesses and surviving victims. The incident was covered up as a case of arson.
Addendum 23-1. SCP-23 broke containment on Blank by passing through its cell wall. Incident 23-1. SCP-23 was later discovered at the intersection of two corridors where elsewhere on Site Blank. Agent Blank noted SCP-23's similarity to Redacted. Special containment procedures for 23 updated. Assistant Researcher Blank issued a reprimand for negligence.
Addendum 023-002. SCP-023 has been responsible for the deaths of Blank personnel and Blank civilians. I'm going to give random numbers of 300 personnel and 28 civilians since it was first brought into containment on October 12th, 1994.
Yeah. Addendum 23-3. Request for reclassification to Keter pending.
Addendum 004. Due to both anomalies focusing on specific geographic spaces, their destructive capabilities and canine appearance, it is possible that SCP-1111-1 may be a variant of the same phenomenon observed in SCP-023, or vice versa. Investigation into the origin of both anomalies is ongoing. Due to the inability to capture SCP-1111 for study, investigations are currently focused on SCP-23.
So they're similar in a way, I suppose.